Hi, and welcome to the Spectacular Speakers Lounge show. I'm Deborah Northcutt, your host for today's exciting and insightful journey into the world of inspiration, motivation, and captivating stories. On this show, we bring you some of the most brilliant minds, thoughtful leaders, and charismatic speakers from various fields, all gathered here to share their wisdom, experiences, and secrets to success. Whether you're an aspiring speaker, a seasoned pro, or just someone looking for inspiration, you're in the right place. My guest today is going to ignite your passion, fuel your ambition, and leave you with a valuable takeaway that you can apply to your own journey. But before we dive into this extraordinary conversation, make sure you subscribe to my Facebook group, Support for Spectacular Speakers. I go live every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So put it on your calendar so you never miss an episode of the Spectacular Speakers Lounge show. Now, my guest today is Duran Shea, Kingdom Strategist of the Kingdom Strategist University. And Duran Shea will be talking about visibility that converts into profits. You will learn the importance and the impact of visibility for your brand, how to strategic position visibility for maximum impact, and ways to turn visibility into profit. But before I bring up Duran Shea, let me read you her bio. Kingdom strategist Dr. Duran Shea is an international business and ministry coach. She equips mankind globally as the CEO of the Kingdom Strategist University and her other brands. Her award winning network, Kingdom Influencers Network, serves 198 countries in a 800 million listeners, viewers network. Dr. Duran Shea is recipient of several industry awards for her societal and industry contribution. And Dr. Duran Shea has a wonderful bio, but I'm just going to keep it short and read that part of it. Now, without further ado, let's meet our incredible guest for today. They have an incredible story to share and insights that are bound to leave you inspired. Let's give a warm virtual welcome to Dr. Duran Shea, Kingdom Strategist. Welcome, Dr. Duran Shea.
Hello. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with the Sensational Speaker Lounge family.
Okay. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. And I just Okay. Hello, everyone. How are you? So, listen, I want to have a conversation with you on today about visibility that converts to profits. Our visibility is very vital for any business, and as a speaker, you know that you are officially in business. So let's have and jump into this conversation. Again, this visibility that converts to profits, the author's edition. I want you to know that you have everything in you to generate wealth. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in the manifestation of your dreams? Live in a space where you determine the terms and conditions. Have a brand that attracts and serve others around the world. Finally, connect with those who are waiting for your next product, service, or offer that's beyond your physical reach. You're about to discover how visibility can take you there. Our promise to you is this: by the end of this masterclass, that you will know what most speakers don't on how to convert visibility into profits. I've been featured on various platforms: CBS, NBC, Fox News, Star Tribune, and so many other things for the things that I do within the industry. You heard a snippet of my bio. I'm going to go ahead and move over here. I am the owner of several, right? Several kingdom businesses, and I thank God for that. So I want you to be here as we're coming to this conversation, as we're talking about how visibility converts to profits. I want you to begin with the end in mind. In my area of information system management, specifically computer programming, we're always thinking about what is the end game. And so we do something called reverse engineer. So I want you to think about that particular term, reverse engineer. And what reverse engineer would do for you, it will find you in the place where you desire to be and back up, right? Back up and place steps in your processes that will take you from your current location or situation within your speaker's business and get you to the end of your destination desire. So I want you to keep that in mind on today. Our agenda here is we're going to talk about the importance of the impact of visibility for your brand, strategic visibility, and turning visibility into profits. So before we get started, because this is a visibility class, we would not be effective if we did not have a visibility exercise. So this is what I want you to do. And I'm going to tell you about how this visibility exercise, how it is important for your brand, right? And what it does for you. And it is something that you may want to consider whenever you have a speaking engagement, because it will bring your business more visibility, right? To a brand that you have never been exposed to. And so what this exercise is going to do for you is going to give you access to my global brand. And so what I want you to do, I want you to, just like what's here on the screen, I want you to go ahead and put on your social media platforms. First of all, take a picture of yourself, or use a picture that you already have. And then I want you to put on your social media platform, I am at the visibility to convert that converts to profits masterclass session given by, and then put the @ Kingdom Business Strategist, and then do a comma, and then @Deronche Kingdom Strategist. And then let us know who you are. I am whatever your name is, then whatever your title may be, then the name of your business. And I help and let everybody know what it is that you do. Then I want you to let them know how they can connect with you by typing in, you can connect with me at, and give them your social media handler or your bio link. Don't forget to include your hashtags, your personal hashtag for your brand, and include the hashtags that I do have on the screen: workshop exercise, pound kingdom strategist, pound business, pound entrepreneur, pound Christian entrepreneur, pound kingdom, pound marketplace ministry. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and do that. Like I said, this is going to give you access to my global brand. Also, while you are there, also you want to go ahead and make sure that you also put that tag there or mention for Ms. Deborah Ham's brand as well. So you guys go ahead and do that so they can give you some exposure that you have yet not had. In addition, I just don't know who's in my circle of influence that needs your brilliance, right? And so I'm excited to promote your brand and what it is that I am and on my platform. Okay. So let's get us started here. So I told you that the first thing that we're going to talk about is the importance and impact of visibility for your brand. So let's start off with the simplicity of what is visibility. Visibility, when it comes to the area of branding and marketing, it refers to the intent of which a brand, product, or service is seen and recognized by the target audience. Okay, so it's how you are recognized by your target audience, and that's very, very important. As far as being a speaker or anyone that's in business, if your target audience do not recognize you, then you really don't exist, and it definitely impact your profits. Okay, let's deal with forms of visibility. We have physical visibility, which refers to the presence of your brand in the physical world, such as storefronts, billboards, events, and product placements, right? Those type of things. It ensures that potential customers encounter your brand in their day-to-day lives. Then we have online visibility. In this digital age that we are in, online visibility is crucial to every speaker, coach, author, or business and ministry. It includes brand presence on the internet through its website, social media platforms, online advertisement, and search engine results. Online visibility ensures that a brand is easily found and accessible to individuals who are just browsing on the internet. Then you have media visibility. Media visibility involves the brand appearance in traditional media outlets such as television, radio, news magazines, newspapers and magazines, as well as its digital media, such as online news sites and blogs. Media visibility helps in reaching a wider audience and establishing credibility. Then we have social visibility. Brands can also enhance their visibility through social interaction. When people talk about a brand on social media, share its content, or engage with its posts, the brand becomes more visible to a larger network of people. Kind of similar to what we did in our visibility exercise, where we just gave everyone that's connected, right? Anyone that was tagged, we just gave everyone visibility and exposure to an audience that they may not ever would have had the opportunity to be exposed before. Okay. Then we have thought leadership visibility. Right? You got to establish key figures, right, within a brand as a thought leader, right, within your industry. You should be considered, or you should be doing thought leadership visibility, all of them. But while you're doing the other four previous ones, that thought leadership should be exposed in some form, shape, or fashion. This can be achieved through speaking engagements, expert opinions shared in articles, blogs, podcasts, and interviews. And don't forget to write the book, right? Write the book so that you can leverage your expertise as being as well a thought leader, because now you have it documented, okay? Also, thought leaders are often sought out after for their expertise, increasing their visibility of their brand that they represent. Okay, so I want you to consider that. So I want to just show you some things, or some things that we did, or some things that currently happen, even for me, that brought me every last one of these forms in one specific setting. Okay, so with that being in mind, we're still thinking about the end game. And so when you are choosing opportunities, and we're going to talk about it later on how you would strategically position visibility for profits, you want to maximize that experience for you. And so I want to talk about a entity that maximized all of these particular forms of visibility for myself. And so at the Spin Awards, here is a slide with me, or a few pictures of me at the Spin Awards. This is 2022. We have media, we have online, we have physical visibility that's going on in each and every last one of these pictures that we are looking at as well. Here, this is 2023. This just happened just about a month ago, is when earlier this month, the event took place. But with the event taking place, they afforded me again all levels of form of visibility. They put out flyers on their social media platforms, and that included all of the speakers, the workshop leaders that was going to be a part of their event. That afforded all of us, as we was tagged, all of our brands was tagged, to be exposed to each other's brand. So that's number one. Number two, I was there doing or hosting the authors roundtables. I was there interviewing there on at the event. So I was also able to leverage a flyer with all of the authors that was being interviewed. In addition, we got some PR, additional PR um, things done for us because we were on the online news site as well. And so here we are, we're leveraging, right? The brand is being leveraged. Also here at we at the physical event, while we're there, we're still, or branding is still happening, or visibility is still happening. And many of the posts, or all the posts that I've shown you that other people have shared or put out about the event, right? So here we go. So here we have the author who did a reel about the event. And here we are at the table as we're doing our interviews, and a picture is taken, something is shared, exposing all our brands as we're tagged and things of that nature to each other's audience as well. So listen, visibility, if it's leveraged appropriately, you definitely can bring forth profits. So listen, being able to being able to host this author roundtable, what it did for my publishing company, it afforded me some clients, right? Just from doing interviewing some other authors, while at the same time letting other people know, positioning my brand as a publishing company to help others people get their message out. So it was people in the room who wanted to get their message out. And so guess what? We landed some contracts. By doing so, right? And so those type of things, that's what visibility, that's what it should be about, right? How can you help someone, but at the same time, you should profit from your expertise. Here we go again. I told you guys, I just gave you a technique on how you can increase your visibility, right? While you're just right in the room, right on stage. And here is some evidence of, again, visibility exposure happening. One is from doing an exercise like I just gave you. And the other one is just somebody who was in the room who was so impacted by the message that I carried that they did their own post, right? So those are the great things that happened. But again, it gave visibility exposure to her Pacific, to her circle of influence, right? Which, listen, always come back around, because even when people are tagging you and they're sharing about you and things of that nature, listen, you want to make sure that you go back to that post and you respond. Now, this is a key. Don't respond right away. Why? Because you're going to have people who's going to be congratulating them and all of these other types of things, right? And so you want to wait before you say anything. Why? Because when you respond, you want everybody who have already responded before you to get an alert that you responded. And the way you respond is also going to be a key to assisting you in turning that post into a space of profitability. Of course, you give the person who talked about you thanks and things of that nature, but you also, right, you also leverage that space, that time, right, to promote what it is that you do and put a call to action for those who may need you, who have already come in and on that specific post. They're already in a space where they trust you because, or even like you a little bit. Why? Because they are following somebody that they trust, and it is in their heart, because this person who I trust is there in the room being trained by that person. Then this person must bring value to the table. That's just some insight right there. Let me talk about Tamika here for a moment. She's absolutely amazing. When I met her, she wasn't speaking or anything. She came on an anthology that I did, 31 Ways of Influence. Right. And so with her coming in on that Pacific anthology, she was very quiet, didn't want to speak much. She just wanted to write and tell her story. Right. And so through interacting with me, she getting her story out in those 7 pages the first time. She came on another book project with me, and she might have did like 10 pages. After that, she just began to take off. I challenged them to create their first paid webinar. So I challenged her to create her first page webinar. And from there, she took off like wildfire. Right now on here, I only got like 10 of her multiple streams of income that she developed since we met in 2019. We met in 2019. She started on that multiple stream of income in 2020. So in the past 3 years, she's over 10 plus streams of income, where she do also get the opportunity to go out and lend her voice and speak and with other people nationally as well as internationally. As long with her, she leveraged her speaking platforms to sell, right, her other products and services, such as her coaching program, her membership program, her retreats, and things of that nature. That's pretty cool and awesome. So before we go to our next slide or our next section here with you, I want to pause for the cause and just ask somebody, have this been beneficial for you? Are you learning from the things that you're hearing, right? Is these are things that are encouraging you? Are you having some aha moments? You can go ahead and put yes in the chat if these things are right, are beneficial for where it is that you're looking to go as a speaker brand. Okay, so let us move right along here in what it is that we're doing. So let's talk about our next slide, the impact of visibility. It can be positive or negative. When you have a positive impact with your visibility, it allows your business to grow and mature. Negative impact can impact your income, your influence, as well as a brand. So let's talk about this for a moment. Positive impact. So what positive impact can do for your brand? It can increase your brand awareness and credibility. It can expand your network and business opportunities. It can offer you to now demand higher speaking fees and premium brand positioning, right? These are the things that it can do if you learn how, listen, if you leverage your visibility in the appropriate way. So here are some negative impacts that can happen if you get negative visibility. It can diminish your value, it can damage credibility, and it can impact your income generation. And none of those things we want to do because we're being visible so that we can profit, right? Those type of things. Let's talk about three major visibility influencers: branding, marketing, and publicity. Branding, marketing, and publicity definitely has an impact on every brand, whether it's positive or negative. One of the things I do want to pause for the cause and just talk about is branding. Some people, branding, right, not only hurt their visibility, but it's killing their marketing efforts as well because they don't have a brand that's clear and concise, right? It doesn't have a brand that is memorable as well. And so, because it doesn't have the appropriate brand assets, so that you can even be recognized in your space of expertise, right? It is definitely hurting marketing efforts as well as visibility because people just don't know who you are. And so many a times, even as speakers, coaches, and authors, you want to make sure that you're bringing forth a brand that represent who you are, that represent what it is that you do, and that is consistent in in everything that people get to see or that people are exposed to when it comes to your brand, from your social media to your websites, from the various social media platforms. You got to be consistent in so that you can have brand identity. Okay, but there's a lot of different components in brand. You're going to be able to brand when it comes to branding. I'm going to give you an amazing tool later that's going to help you out with that. Also, you have marketing. Listen, you have to be strategic in your marketing efforts so that you can attract more clients, right? And gain so you can gain valuable opportunities to be a part, right? Be a part of what it is that they are doing. Listen, negative marketing, right? Something that if you're marketing negatively or you have a negative impact because of marketing, it could be because we're aggressively marketing. We are misguiding people in our marketing efforts. You know, you're misleading others and things of that nature. So we want to be make sure that our brand message that we are delivering in those brand messages, also publicity, right? You want to make sure that we're getting all of the great news, all of the great things out that you're doing, but don't overdo it, right? We want to make sure that you're getting all of the great things that you're out. And if you happen to get some negative publicity, it is your responsibility. People will hang with you with negative publicity if you handle it the right way. So it is your responsibility to immediately respond to the negativity in a positive way, right? Don't do fight in a positive way, right? In a corrective way that holds your brand in its highest esteem. Right? And it's a lot of concepts I'm bringing here that we just don't have the time to really dig into, but I want you to at least have heard or begin to think about some things. Let's talk about strategic visibility. Being visible isn't enough. You must be strategic when it comes to your visibility efforts. Otherwise, visibility becomes a liability versus an asset. Visibility should be an asset for you. Strategic visibility is a deliberate and planned approach to being visible to your target audience. It gives the when, where, and how, right? Of what you're going to do, where your brand is going to be placed, when it's going to be placed, the type of platforms it's going to be put on. It the right timing, making sure that you're strategically even in the timing of you putting out your products and your services. It also measures the impact of your visibility, right? So we have to make sure that we have strategic visibility plans in place. Keys to strategic visibility: target audience, purposeful messages, choosing the right platform, timing, partnership and collaboration, measuring impact, and adaptability. These are very important when it comes to strategic visibility. You want to make sure that you are maximizing your efforts because there is an investment that comes with visibility and you want to return on your investment. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Listen, there was a visibility opportunity that we packaged or that we did in 2019. This is the project I was telling you that Tamika joined us on. And so, listen, we talked about collaboration a moment ago. Collaboration and partnership is important. How can you collaborate with other people to help expand and expose your brand? You need to begin to think about individuals who you can collaborate with so that you can increase your brand visibility as well as your bottom line as a speaker. In this particular project, it was 25 women from around the world. And so we were able to, listen, get international bestseller in 3 countries, right? Every woman on that project, that's their first time. There was 19 new authors. And listen, we took this particular project into other countries as well. It physically, as we toured with the book into other nations as well. And we was featured at the 51 NAACP Image Award. It's so many things that came out of this particular project that allow other people business to birth, ministries to birth, and things that dreams and visions that they had for them to begin to move forward and what it was that has been on their heart for years. Okay, so partnership is important. Let's talk about turning visibility into profits. Now that you've gained brand attraction, you are before the right people, you have their ear, they resonate with your message. Now what? It's time to convert your ideal clients to long-term partners. Okay? You got to be intentional about your return on your investment when it comes to visibility. Visibility does require an investment where you're investing your time, your talent, or your treasure. Okay, so you got to understand your return on investment for visibility. You have to plan for the profits. What you don't plan for, you cannot receive. You have to understand your return on your visibility investment, because if you choose to invest in something, you need to know, if I invest on to be in a magazine or to be on a TV show or to, speak or whatever it is, what is the potential return on my investment? So these are some things you got to consider. How can I turn this visibility opportunity into profit? And if it can't be profitable, then it's something you don't do. Will this audience resonate with my message? Does that audience connect with your brand? Or is it the same audience that you serve? Otherwise, if it's not, you're wasting your time, your money, and your talents. Will they invest in what I have to offer as an expert? You need to know that. Can that particular audience afford your products and services? You could be in front of the right audience, but that audience don't have the right income, right? That can afford you. So we have to begin to consider those things when we're putting ourselves in placements and placing in different places on different stages and all these spaces of visibility. You also have to learn what will be the most profitable call to action for the audience. That's key. Many are visible, but profits are not happening. Why isn't profits happening? Because the call to actions, they're either no call to action or it's not the right call to action. So you got to begin to be strategic with those, keeping those things in mind as well. So plan for profits. What is your return on the investment? Whenever you decide to make a visibility investment, it's important that you consider, again, the return on the investment. What does the client journey looks like? When you're coming into a room and you're taking the stage for this reason. For someone in that room or some people in that room to hire you, whether it's your next speaking gig or someone is hiring you as a coach or to join your membership program, whatever your space of expertise and whatever streams that you have developed based upon your message, right? That people can have greater access or more access to you because your message resonate with them, and they need the goods that you have, the information, right, that you have to help them make that transformation. So you got to consider the journey that you're going to take the people on. You're in the driver's seat, right? You got a caravan behind you ready to rock and roll, but you got to know exactly where you're taking them and lead them in that space. So it's important that you establish a client buyer's journey, where you're going to take the people. You need to know that before you get in the room and before they get in the room, so that you can be intentional in your conversation to take them to the destination that you desire them to go and the destination that they need, because you are the solution, right? You have to connect them with your message. You have to connect them with your content. You got to connect them with your brand, your products and services, whatever it is that you offer, or your affiliates or sponsor products and services. But that's a whole nother conversation that we're not talking about today. So establish a client's buyer's journey. These are the phases that you have to consider. While you're in the room, you're in the awareness phase, okay? Right? This is where people get to hear about you, know about you, learn about you, and begin to decide if, what this person has to say it is valuable. So the awareness page, while you're in the room, you also got ads, social media posts, and things of that nature. Then you have that consideration page, where you're going to take them when they get access or connect with you on whatever awareness, wherever that awareness phase was. How are you going to lead them in the journey? Will you lead them to email, right? So that you can nurture them in your process to eventually become a client, right? Are you going to have them to come to a webinar or come to your next event? Like, how are you going to engage them and pull them into what it is that you do? Then you have the purchase and decision phase. So they'll come from consideration. Now, there's some people or some things you may do in the awareness that takes people right to the purchase, but I want you to remember the consideration phase as well. So the purchase and decision phase. Listen, are you sending them to your sales page or your sale call, or are you having a consultation with them? What does that look like? You need to know that going in the room so that you can drive them, right, and lead them to the destination of their desire and yours. Then you have that retention phase. Once they've purchased from you, right? Because we believe in lifelong partnership. And so that retention phase, listen, you can build loyalty programs. You can have additional things that you offer, like conferences and retreats and promotions and things of that nature, so that they can buy other things that you offer. Then, of course, the advocacy phase, where now, because they love your brand, they love what you do, they're getting a great experience through your customer service efforts, that now they are a brand ambassador. And word of mouth is still the number one marketing tool for any business around. Okay. So listen, I hope that the information I've given you today has been very beneficial for you. And so I want to offer you the visibility toolkit. And this is how you can get it. You can go to ksu.fyi visibility, and you can go over there and get access to the visibility toolkit. It's going to have some cool things for you. And we're still adding some things to it as well for you to get access to help you develop a brand that attracts your ideal client and convert them to lifetime partnership. Listen, I don't know if we have time for Q&A, but we'll definitely take them if you place it in the comment section. If this message has resonated with you, I definitely want you to connect with me on my social media platforms. You can go to www.derunche.com. You can email me at social@derunche.com. You can connect with me on the social media platforms at Kingdom Strategist or Kingdom Business Strategist. I'm sorry, Kingdom.strategist or Kingdom Business Strategies. I hope that this information has definitely been valuable for you, and that now you can begin to connect some dots on how to bring visibility and convert it to profitability. You're muted. You're muted.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Duranche. I mean, that information, it was mind blowing. Now, we do have one person here in the chat, Keisha. And I asked Keisha, does she have any questions for you? But she didn't respond. She said it was good refresher information. And she also said, how are you going to engage listener, learner, potential clients? So that is a question that she did answer. I mean, ask. So maybe you might want to answer her because she is still here.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Do you have okay? Absolutely. How are you going to engage listeners, learners, or potential clients so that when you are on the stage or you're on your platform, right? How you want to engage them? Have questions, insert questions. Like we didn't insert questions in here and things of that nature. I did one because we really our time span. But you should build in questions that for the audience so that they can respond unto you. You should have some call and response within your delivery of your message.
Okay. Now, me, I'll tell you, I was blown away by the information that you talked about. I talked about some of the same information that you talked about. I know you can't see this, but I have a page full of notes that I took while you were talking. And I just want to say these are the things that stuck out to me as you were talking. You said, if you're not visible, you don't exist. And that is so true. In other words, you are a best kept secret. And I've heard that so many times. You have to be in as many places as possible to be recognized. So true. Writing a book definitely makes you a thought leader, and it does, and an expert. Know how to leverage yourself. That is so, so, so important. And after people have tagged you, go back and respond to the post, but don't do it right away. And you talked about the reason why you shouldn't do it right away. I love the way Tamika Smith created not one, not two, but 10 streams of income with your help. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to be an extrovert in order to make a big impact in the world because you talked about how Tamika was soft spoken and very quiet. And look what she did. She
Yeah.
created 10 streams of income. And branding is more than colors and fonts. And I keep telling people that it's more to branding than that. You should have a memorable brand. So when people see your brand, they recognize you
Mhm.
right away.
Yeah.
And also, you have to be strategic. And I heard that word strategic so many times with your visibility. When, where, and how. Collaborate with others to expand your brand. And I could have went on and on and on taking the notes, but that's what I wrote down. I mean, I was just mind blown with the information that you gave. It was so, so great. So I'm going to ask Keisha one more time. Keisha, do you have any other questions for Duranche? And I'll give it a minute to see if she responds.
Okay, no problem. But
Okay.
it's definitely been great here being here. Thank you so much for this platform
Oh,
to share what I have been given for such a time as this.
let me tell you, I have really appreciated you being my guest for today because, like I said, my mind was just blown away by everything you said. So on that note, I'm going to close out the show. So I'm
Okay.
going to say thank you again, Duranche, for sharing with us, and thank you everyone who was in the audience for this amazing, amazing presentation. Now, I saw you guys in the audience. I saw you popping in and out. So, what I'm going to say is make sure you go back and listen to the replay because, like me, you're going to get so, so much information from Duran Shay's presentation. So, again, I'm Deborah Northcutt, your speaker support concierge. And don't forget to join my Facebook group, Support for Spectacular Speakers. Bye for now and have a great day.